What's up, guys? Football Fumble back again for another FPL video. This is a bit of a rushed one because we've got a midweek game week. We're both working. I'm working nights. Anna's working days. And the Arsenal
Shambles.
game starts in an hour and 20 minutes.
Shambles.
So, before we get into it, subscribe, please. It helps us a lot. Thank you very much. And we're going to go straight into my game week 4 score.
Bosh.
So,
Over the average.
65. 3 over average. We've had Andreas come in for Zinchenko. Haaland hat-trick, which I
Fred.
captained him. Jesus captain, even got himself booked. So it's cost me 2 points.
Trent did well finally.
Trent has done a thing, and hundreds of thousands of people transferred him out before Bournemouth at home. You absolute mouts.
Idiot. You're
I'm not saying.
ruining
I'm
him.
just saying. Our last video was literally about not panicking, not panic selling
And you
players
panicked.
like
You
Trent Alexander-Arnold, Mohamed Salah, even though he blanked again at a 9-0 at home to Bournemouth. But there we go. And can I just say, what did I say also in the last video? I'm gonna stick Eze in there, even
Because he can drop a
away to
little
Man
assist
City,
in there
because he might just drop an
somewhere.
assist. And what did he do? He dropped an assist.
I'm not getting involved.
Genius.
FPL geniuses.
I
That's why I'm
just
2.5 millionth in the wheel.
in the world. Moving on to Adam's team.
Oh, yes.
Now, obviously, we all know
It gets better. It gets better.
you've had a stinker.
57 points. Come on.
You had Neco
Yeah.
Williams come in, not Andreas Pereira, for a 1-pointer, so my bench pick was better.
Oh, sorry.
I know. Kane
finally
scored
did a
2
thing.
and missed a penalty.
Yep.
So that whole Kane versus Haaland debate, he's got a double and still loses it. Round of applause. Same
Stinker.
captain. Trent points. Lovely stuff. Now, we're halfway through game week 5. No, it's not even halfway through yet, is it? We've both had 3 players playing. They're both the same 3 players, basically. So, if we go on to my game week 5 so far, it says 5 points. We've cropped out the bench because I couldn't fit it, basically. But Andreas is coming in for James.
Yeah, I'm also seeing Diaz and Saliba.
Diaz? Oh, Diaz. Oh, God, yeah. I forgot my transfers.
You know, your transfers that you made?
Yeah. So I had 2 free transfers. Zinchenko was ruled out. This was before James, the ill reports, kind of like 2 hours after I made my transfers. So I just kind of stomached it. Pardon the pun. And I just thought, Saliba in for Zinchenko, a slight change of strategy, trying to take a little bit of money out of the fence for later, basically. And he's going to play this week. Aston Villa at home is a very good fixture right now. Villa struggling. Hopefully a clean sheet for Saliba Dog. I can't believe I just said that. And Diaz has been on fire so far this season. So I've brought him in for Kulusevski, even though Kulusevski got the singular assist last game week, but it wasn't enough for me to save him.
Talk about the Haaland captaincy?
Let's also look at your team, right?
Yeah.
Quickly. So Adam's got the same points with the same players.
Pereira's coming in.
You've also bought in Diaz.
And I bought Haaland in for this week because I didn't.
Oh, you had Kane,
before.
yeah. So Adam has bought in Haaland, transferred him in, captained him home to Nottingham Forest, and the rumour has it, a few hours before kickoff, he's not starting.
Yeah.
Now,
he's done a genius.
He's done a genius. Now the hope is that he doesn't play any minutes.
Well, yeah.
Or he starts. Because a bit of luck, City are falling up against Nottingham Forest at half-time, and they give Haaland a full rest. And Jesus becomes captain.
Hat-trick.
Please.
4 or 5 goals from Jesus tonight.
Please, Pep. Please.
And then, do you know what? No Haaland, please. No. Or at least bring him on early doors, let him bag a hat-trick, and then we'll all be happy. Especially to those 150,000 people that triple captained him.
150,000 people triple captain Haaland, and he's on the bench potentially. How long till kick off that game? When is that a quarter 2 game?
That's does that quarter two or an eight? One of the two.
We're gonna find
We'll
out
find
in
out
either a
soon.
half hour or 45 minutes anyway.
Yeah, we'll soon see.
So this is either gonna age incredibly well
Or
or
terribly.
just awful.
But my two bench players I'm gonna have come on are gonna be Neko Williams and Andreas for James and Zinchenko, which Andreas is bagged 6, 7, 7.
Well, if Haaland doesn't play at all,
Yeah.
who else comes on for you?
Oh no.
0 pointer. I hope you enjoy your Haaland transfer in for Kane, mate. Kane's definitely bagging. He just is.
It is, but they're playing West Ham.
Yeah, but they look shit.
Yeah, but
Should we talk about Chelsea quickly?
no, Chelsea shit.
So
I, I,
funny.
they
In
honestly,
the mud. So deep.
Southampton,
Oh, mate, they
Southampton,
look awful. They look
Southampton.
horrific. Havertz is one of the biggest flops in Premier League history, and yet no one seems to talk about it. I think Timo Werner taking all the flop
Scored,
limelight away from him.
mate, he scored. Timo Werner scored a hat trick the other day. He's been doing bits in the Bundesliga. It's that Chelsea striker curse. I'm telling
Oh,
you.
mate, Chelsea. Are
Like
they
they just,
actually in a battle with Man United for Europa League football? Adam?
it was gonna be pushing it because nobody like Tottenham should be getting fourth. I mean, I know you don't want to say it,
Arsenal
but
currently
they
have the
should
Thomas
be.
Partey and Al Nene issue, which hopefully will resolve before the 1st of September at 11 p.m.
Party should be back in around the 8th of September. I was seeing,
I want Tielemans, man. I know he's not a proper DM like a Partey,
but it would work. We can make it work with
but
Xhaka and
it's
him in
still
there.
better than nothing. It's still
Yeah,
a good pivot, Xhaka and Tielemans.
exactly. And I mean, I've heard El Nene's isn't serious. Like it's nothing crazy.
Yeah.
So I mean, drop Ben White in that DM. I don't care. Ben White will do a job in there. Anyone but Maitland-Niles. Anyone like Sambi Lokonga, I just don't know yet. He doesn't suit that role enough yet.
No, he's a kid, man. Like,
Yeah.
I think he's shown a
Fabio
few times
Vieira.
last time he came in. He's shown a lot of his promise last year,
Yeah,
and a lot of why he's still a young, inexperienced player a few times. So
exactly. Yeah.
isn't really the one in the Premier League yet for me. I think he could
No.
probably do a loan move to like Ligue 1 or something. Like, look what he did for Saliba. One last thing I want to talk about: Liverpool versus Newcastle at Anfield.
Newcastle
Liverpool
have a lot of
desperately need to win that game.
Newcastle have a lot of players that are out missing. Isaac's not going to be
Yeah,
playing because they haven't signed him yet.
Saint
No
Maximin.
Wilson still. Saint Maximan might be out. Trippier. There's rumours that he might not be fully fit. So even at
But
half fit, Trippier starting not going to do a job.
but if they do put out a strong side, Newcastle look good. They're tough to play against,
Yeah, they
and
do.
you know that they're not going to go there and try and defend all game. They're actually going to try and go for them.
Yeah,
So that could
but I just
potentially ask questions about Liverpool backline, which has looked shaky at times so far this season. I think
yeah,
that's a lot to do with the midfield still and the protection. But hey,
I
that's one
feel
to
they
look out
lose
for.
too much with Saint Maximan and even Wilson going forward. They just lose so much there. So I reckon Liverpool should take it comfortably.
And one last question before we end this
Oh,
episode, Adam.
yeah,
How many more Salah blanks until you start
I
questioning
I
him in your
was.
side?
This is what I was thinking. I was having some conversations with some people, genuinely considering all the people I've spoke to have gone, yeah, I've got rid of him, and they are doing much better than me right now.
I think it's dangerous.
It is very dangerous, but it's genuinely making me consider it because Diaz is doing better.
I'll ask you a question.
Oh,
Does Mohamed Salah get 20 Premier League goals this season?
he should,
So why would you get rid of him?
because it just seems like people at Diaz are doing better, and there's like players. I don't want to jump too quickly onto the United lot after they've started doing all right, but there's like De Bruyne is on fire at the minute.
It's hard trying to not be reactionary, isn't it? That's the problem.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So I'm taking my time with it. It's annoying because he seems to be blank after blank after blank. He didn't score when his team scored 9 goals.
Yeah, that was
Not a thing, no assist, no
interesting.
goal,
Yeah.
nothing. 9.
Well, to be fair, with the wildcard strategies with the World Cup this year, around game week 7 or 8, you can get away with a wild card. this season,
So
which is
yeah, so
earlier
if
than
you really
usual.
wanted to,
So if you really
if
wanted
you,
to, and you want to make big
now
changes, that could be an option. The issue I have is I think I'd probably make 4 changes maybe, which isn't
I've
worth a
got like
wild card.
5 or 6. Yeah, I've got 3 defenders that I'd like to change out, and then like 1 midfielder, maybe 2, and then like one of the attackers.
I would want to
Because
get rid of Mendy.
yeah, same. James Zinchenko needs to go for me.
Well, not if
And
he's
his
back
aim might.
sharpish. Nah, Eze
Who,
stays, man.
James?
For 5.5 mil, Eze stays. Yeah, James.
I don't know in and around there at the minute. Chelsea's just such a
Mm,
if they keep playing him as a centre half, I don't want him.
yeah. Well,
And then honestly, a player I would like Mitrovic in it at the minute.
true, but that
It's hard to
completely
get him in.
changes the strategy. And to be fair, at that point, you'd need a wild card to get him in, probably.
Exactly. So that's what I'm going to be considering potentially, as and when it comes to us.
Wow, what an episode,
Something
Alan.
like that.
That was world class, mate.
It was absolutely
So world
just
class
raving.
that they just have to hit the subscribe button,
I was going to say, subscribe,
hit
like,
the like,
comment.
share it with your dog. He'd love it, mate. Believe me.
Exactly.
And I'm not going to mess about. We've been Football Fumble. And we are out of here.
Peace.
Peace.